It's time for another edition of the Brooks Thompson Show on our GoUTSA.com podcast. The day before UTSA will take on Cal Poly to close out the non-conference season. And Brooks, one last chance to kind of get some momentum going into conference play 9 days from now.
And I think we're getting some momentum. I think we're starting to play better and doing some things that will help us win basketball games and guarding and energy. We had a great practice this afternoon, and we're excited. You know, we got Cal Poly coming in here, and then we got a couple home games to start off conference play, and we just got to keep using that momentum and keep getting better every day.
In our post-game show on radio the other day, you talked about them starting to get better, starting to build things. And it's been a process all year long, but you can really see things, even despite the close losses, how much things have improved.
Well, they're getting better every day. Our guys, they have great attitude. They get along. We have great character. And it's hard to formulate how to win. And our guys are learning how to win and doing what they have to do. And again, momentum's the biggest key. That's the one that we need, and we just got to keep it going.
When you have young guys, teaching them how to win and to play to win and not to play not to lose is kind of a fine line sometimes, isn't it?
Well, playing not to lose, it gets you tight. You know, there's no doubt, and you have to get used to winning, and you have to understand what it takes to win. And when you have inexperienced guys like we have with freshmen and some junior college transfers to come into the Division I at the Division I level, it takes some time. There's no doubt about it, and our guys are learning how to win, and they have to just stay loose and just play the course and do what they can do.
What do you know about Cal Poly? What do they bring to the Convo tomorrow night?
Well, they're a good team. You know, they know how to shoot the ball. They're a lot like Utah Valley is, and they play a lot like they are. And we've got to make sure we get back in transition and do what we have to do. But Cal Poly's a good basketball team, and we're going to have to play well to win.
We're getting close to the conference season, and just kind of looking at non-conference standings, it's kind of hard to determine who the best teams are, but it seems the La Techs, the Old Dominions, the Western Kentuckys are kind of where they were when they left off, but the rest of the league's kind of up for grabs.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the stats and looking at that, and that's why I'm excited and anticipating a great conference season. I think that there's good teams and good coaches, but I think there's a lot of teams that are going through the exact same thing that we're going through. So, you know, I think it's up for grabs. I do think that there's a couple elite teams up there that you're going to have to beat, but I think that everybody else is going to play on a even playing field, and you just have to keep working every day.
When you look at this conference, and I look at obviously the Power 5 conferences, they get all the attention, and in basketball, the Big East gets attention as well. But every conference is competitive once you get into the season, and you get into rivalry games, and you go on the road. You are going to play in front of hostile crowds. They're all the same, aren't they?
They're absolutely the same. There's no doubt about it. Everybody uses this, and it sounds so cliche, but it's a new season when conference starts, and whether it's the Big 5 conferences, the Big East, or whether it's Conference USA, everybody wants to win it. There's no doubt about it, and the competitiveness is going to come out, and that's just the nature of the game.
And everybody goes to the tournament this year, so you're really playing for a seed, the highest seed possible. Obviously, you'd like to get a bye in the first round or 2 rounds if you can, but it ggets real competitive as you fight for those seeds. And we saw how much of a difference that made last year.
Well, the seeds they're huge. You know that, and you know everybody knows that, but it's up for grabs, and we don't want to just sit there and play for seed. We want to talk in our locker room about, hey, let's go win the Conference USA championship, and that's what we want to believe in. And then as the season goes on, as the conference season goes on, obviously you want to get the highest seed to get an opportunity to go play in the NCAA tournament.
In the games this past week or so with Utah Valley and Corpus even, we saw Christian Wilson come back to the Roadrunners, and what a difference he makes just being kind of another ball handler and another scorer for you as well as a good defender.
Well, he brings a whole new element to us. You know, everybody's obviously, you know, up to before Christian got back, they're really guarding Ryan Bowie, and they're just saying, hey, we're not giving him anything. He's the one that's going to beat us. But now that we have Christian back and Christian's starting to play well and getting the flow, he gives us a whole new element that he can break people down, and people have to really concentrate on guarding him.
We're getting a little bit of consistency now from J.R. Harris as well as he learns the Division I game.
He's getting better every day. And, you know, you look at even Nick Allen, you look at A.J. Cockrell and J.R. and Nick Billingsley, who didn't get to play a whole lot the other night, but they're getting better every day. You know, if we're relying on them, and they just got to understand the experience and understand it's a process, and if they do that, we're going to be just fine.
And George Matthews didn't play a lot last year, but he's been there this year, and he's cutting down on the mistakes the last 3 or 4 games. And amazingly, people are playing off of him, and he's got that great great three-point shot.
Well, he can shoot it. There's no doubt about that. That's the thing that he can really do well is he can really shoot the basketball, and we just have to get the mistakes out of him and make sure he keeps those mistakes out of him. But George he's a talented young man, and he wants to play, and he wants to be as good as he can be, and we just got to make sure that he can keep consistent and keep doing what he's doing.
Good luck tomorrow night. Let's get a W against Cal Poly and go into the conference season on an upswing.
Andy, thanks so much.
All right. That's Brooks Thompson with us on our GoUTSA.com Brooks Thompson Show podcast right here on GoUTSA.com. Welcome back to our podcast on GoUTSA.com. I'm Andy Everett, the voice of the Roadrunners. We get a chance to visit with J.R. Harris today. And, J.R., you're starting to really get some consistency to your game and starting to learn the Division I game a little bit more. Talk about that transition and how it's gone for you so far this year.
As the year go on, I'm starting to get better and improve my game, but I feel like the JUCO level got me ready for this level. So we played a high JUCO competitive level, and it transferred to Division I, so I think I transferred pretty good.
What's the main difference in your mind between JUCO and Division I?
It's the pace. You have to have a slower pace, and it's hard trying to figure it out because you have to have a quicker read and a slower pace, so it kind of conflict in between each other. But once you get that concept, you'll be fine.
This team's struggling to get wins, but lately you guys have been playing much better. What's next to kind of get over the hump and get those W's?
We just got to play better defense. Coach instilled defense in our head, and we just got to go out there and do what the coaches say and get the job done, pretty much.
It's kind of frustrating. You play great defense for 25 seconds or 27 seconds. All of a sudden, somebody gets free in the corner that somebody forgets to cover, and boom, they hit a three or they get a dunk if it's inside. That kind of breaks your back sometimes, doesn't it?
Right. That is definitely demoralizing, them getting easy buckets late in the shot clock. But we got to sit down for 30 seconds and get a rebound and get a stop. We have to.
Offensively, this team's starting to improve a little bit. At the beginning of the year, it was all Ryan. He scored 30. You had a chance to win. But now with Christian back and you starting to get into the flow, there's some more scores on the offense.
Well, we getting all our pieces back to our puzzle, and everybody's starting to get a feel for each other. You know, this is our first time having our full team, and we starting to get our momentum, and I think we'll be fine on the offensive end.
And you still don't have Phillip Jones 100%. He's at the leg injury, so when he comes back, you're even going to be a little bit more firepower, aren't you?
Right, he'll be able to crash the boards real hard. That's what he do. Phil's a great athlete and high jumper and aggressive on the inside, so we need him back to have that type of momentum for us to keep winning.
We've seen Lucas O'Brien score for you too in the post, and to have somebody down there, no matter where the points come from in the post, has been a good thing.
Yeah, he's a very versatile big man. He can go inside and step outside. I love the way he just catch and shoot with no conscience. So I like that about him. And when I feel like I pass him the ball, he'll knock it down for me.
You got the Cal Poly game coming up on Tuesday night, and then 9 days off before the conference season begins. Talk about that game and then getting ready for conference play.
Cal Poly is a good team, so we're not looking to go home. We have to worry about Cal Poly first, and then we go home and celebrate our Christmas. But it'll feel good to have a win going into the Christmas.
What do you want for Christmas?
Some more wins. Definitely some more wins in the conference championship. That'll make me happy.
And how do you go about doing that? Obviously, you're going to get a couple days off as soon as Christmas is over and kind of recharge the batteries a little bit before conference play.
Yeah, we have to go in and work every day. Work is the key. Work hard, especially on the defensive end. If we get stops, offense will take care of itself. That's what Coach T always tell us. If you play defense, offense will take care of itself.
And I think one thing, despite the fact that you've had some setbacks earlier in the year, this group is starting to kind of gel as a family. And that's one of the things I've noticed with the coaches and the players forever around here is y'all like each other. That can provide some good things for you down the stretch.
Right. We have to have a close relationship and a bond because when we come through adversity, we have to stick together, especially on those big road games. We have the whole fans against us. And if we come together as a team, as brothers, we can't be stopped.
Conference USA play, you're going to get into some games where there's some really good atmospheres on the road. That's going to be fun for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely. This is my first time playing Division I and just seeing that type of atmosphere on the consistent level every away game. So that'll be a great experience for us.
And obviously a lot of fun when you're able to kind of make those crowds on the road be a little bit quiet.
Right. That's always a good sign to quiet them down and have them angry at us. So coming out with the win. So
right. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic rest of your season.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. That's J.R. Harris with us on our Go UTSA podcast. The Roadrunners will take on Cal Poly Tuesday night at 7. We'll be on the air at 6:30. Conference season begins on New Year's Day. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, everyone, from GoUTSA.com.